Wargaming.net League North America World of Tanks. I'm Joshua Clutch Gray, joined by Greetorp and Rukiel. We have the face-off of the two leaders of Refuse to Die and River of Blood standing by. Gentlemen, welcome to Season 1 League play of World of Tanks NA. River of Blood, how you doing, Captain Blood?
Good, good. Thanks.
Captain of Refuse to Die, great of you to be here. You feeling up to the task to take down River of Blood?
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right. Captain Blood, you made it this far. You are a very aggressive team. Are we going to see that same type of aggression, or has your team been developing other type of strategies? Do you feel that you are a well-balanced, well-rounded team?
Oh, yeah. We're not going to be aggressive at all. Refuse to Die is perfectly safe. They can just wander about at their whim. We'll give at least 80% of the map up, so they're good to go. But yeah, we worked on a couple things, just little, fighting near each other and reacting a little better. We've done some practices, so hopefully we're honing our sword to a razor's edge so far.
All right, Captain Blood, do you have any words straight up for your opponent, Bag of Kittens, and for his team, Refuse to Die?
Well, the only reason I can think of to put a bunch of kittens in a bag is to drown them in a river, so I'm going to do what I can.
In a river of blood.
Yeah.
Okay, Bag of Kittens, team leader for Refuse to Die. Again, your team performing very, very well. Your thoughts moving into the league itself. Do you feel that your team is prepared?
Yeah, I think we're probably the newest team coming in, and I think that means we definitely have our work cut out for us. I mean, River of Blood, obviously a really good, well-established team, and I think what we're most excited for is 7 guaranteed fights against really good teams, and one way or another, this is going to be fun, a lot of fun for us. So.
Okay, let me ask the more biased question. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is bad and 10 is really, really bad, how bad is River of Blood?
He seems like a pretty good guy, and I really like the painting in the background there, so I'm going to have to go with a 7. I mean, he's not quite up to the 10, but we'll go with the 7. He's got class.
This is like a double negative. I don't know which way. Thank you.
All right. Do you have any direct words for your opponent, River of Blood, and for the captain?
Well, I was reading. I sometimes read online. They taught me that in school, sometimes to read. Anyways, I stumbled across something, and it was about this new invention that man had come up with to pass through walls. And I was just curious if he knew what it was, because it was an eye-opener for me.
Oh, am I a device to pass through walls? It's called a door.
Ah, you got it.
Oh, sweet. Oh, I thought it was going to be some Star Trek thing or something.
See, I knew it was going to be a good matchup then.
All right,
no,
gentlemen.
That's what I get, so.
All right. We're going to have the coin toss. River of Blood, you're the higher-seeded team, so do you choose heads or tails?
Always tails. He's
going to go tails. Let's go ahead and flip the coin. It's going to be heads, which means Refuse to Die. You get to choose the first map.
We'll defer that in favor of side choice.
Oh,
Abby.
All right, first map is going to be Abby. Oh. So because of the deferral, since River of Blood gets to choose Refuse to Die, therefore you get to choose the position. Which position would you like on Abby?
We're going to take south.
You're going to take south. River of Blood will take north on Abby. All right, gentlemen, best of luck to you in the match.
Thank you.
All right.
Good luck.
Thanks. Good luck.
I love those guys.
This is great, man. I love this face-off because we get to see some personality of the team captains, and they reflect the rest of their team.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start battle number 1 of River of Blood versus Refuse to Die. The map is Abby. Okay, Rukiel, which team is taking the high road? Which team is taking the low road?
Well, up here in the north, we have, what is this team? I've gotten it wrong already. It's River of Blood in the north on the blue team, and in the south, Refuse to Die. So we've got River of Blood heading off to the west, leaving their T1s behind as tripwires. And in the south, you can see there is another west movement. Refuse to Die also going to the west. So both teams have picked what I would consider the strongest part of the map. I've always favored the west side myself, and it looks like both teams are going to do just about the same.
Makes
Quickly, let's talk about the tanks. Go ahead,
it makes a lot of sense so far. 3 T-69s, 2 AMX 5100s, and of course 2 T1s over on the side of Refuse to Die. On the other side, River of Blood is sporting 2 AMX 5100s, 2 AMX 1390s, and a T69. So a difference in autoloaders, of course, with those 2 extra T69s over the 2
Here it
AMX 1390s.
begins.
Valkyrie.
Shots fired. Valkyrie getting some hits himself. Captain Blood taken down. Justin Ward actually blocks the retreat of Valkyrie. He gets one more hit against him, but Savage taking a lot of shots in the AMX 5100. One more hit against Savage, and he will go down, and he does. Valkyrie gets the first blood, but Doppler moving in his AMX 5100 is trying to get the shots against Valkyrie. One more shot, he'll go down, but he's covered by Anubis as he moves to the rear flank. Justin Ward has taken way too many hits to stay in the battle, but he's going to unload the rest of his shots.
Ooh.
2 deaths already. Anubis taking down Captain Blood, but there's a revenge kill against Justin Ward. Shots fired again. Anubis getting the kill against Doppler. Refuse to Die is in the lead at this time. River of Blood, I think, was not prepared for the amount of matched aggression
That's right.
from Refuse to Die.
Now, there is a little bit of stagnation right now just because a lot of these tanks are clipping. T-69s are going to start engaging against each other. Scringly taking a couple of shots here. Doc Golem's doing a good job, but Anubis is going to wrap around now and do a little bit of damage. Canada doing a great job at actually zoning out a little bit, taking some of the hits from or off of Doc Golem, since Doc Golem currently is clipping at
That
the
HP
moment.
sharing, but Anubis moves out from the side. One more hit, he could go down, but is Anubis clipping? I can't tell
Yes,
if he's
he
reloading.
is.
He is
Yes, he
reloading.
is.
Oh,
Oh.
shots from Stringley. Gets Doc Golem from the rear. Anubis, one more hit, and he's going to go down, 54
Canada
HP.
has a full holster right now. He can actually take out both these tanks, and he will. Anubis is still clipping, I believe, and down he goes. Canada gonna get 2 big kills off there. Valkyrie in the back in his T-69 is only 1 shot away from dying over here, as Canada does miss out first.
But Refuse to Die has the capture of the blue base locked down at this time. 50 seconds. It's only 1 tank there, the T1. The T1 Cunningham living up to the name of being those stealth ninja tanks. When you really thought that a T1 couldn't perform very well, it can. It does fulfill a role here in World of Tanks for esports. But one of the other light tanks is going to move in and try to stop that capture point. Canada getting hit from the T1. The side, T-69 trying to light up the shot, and he gets hit. Bag of Kittens takes down the last remaining Tier 8 tank, which means that they will win this match if they can stop the flag cap happening at their base at this time. ONGQ, the T1 needs to simply land 1 attack to reset the 60%, and he does. He gets the hit. That is huge. He's able to pull off a long-range hit in his T1, which means that Refuse to Die
We'll have to stop their own red base getting captured. That's because Laps over here is just sitting out in the open, no cover, on cap, and there's probably plenty of time for the T-69s to return.
Definitely
I mean,
so.
10 seconds out, I'd say so.
Island is approaching a Bag of Kittens, ready to pounce on that position. Haha, see what I did there?
I see what you did there. Yeah, just one more hit, he's going to go down. The other T1 that's remaining is
Pew, pew,
the
pew,
one
pew.
trying to stop the capture. Boom. 38, 40% now, 1 minute left to go. OMGQ will try again to get another hit. However, he's at 57 health compared to almost close to full for Quasar. Well, 91 out of 115. Another shot's fired. OMG. Oh, and he gets the kill. 5 HP left. He's got some fight in him.
Let's do this.
Make a good show, OMG.
He
He can't win, but he can certainly make a good fight.
Well, Refuse to Die will win this match, even if the time goes out because of the Tier 8 difference, unless OMGQ is somehow able to kill.
There is no place to pen a T-69 if you're a T1 Cunningham.
I don't know. Maybe there is. I'm thinking
Where?
about it.
What?
I'm not sure about the back of the turret. The inside back, lower in there. I've never checked, but I'm wondering if you can pen it.
Well, T1
I don't remember what the armor value is.
penetration is 41, plus 25%. A T-69
Save the bullets!
is 38 to the rear of its hull, so
There you go.
be very tough. Refuse to Die is able to take game number 1, battle number 1 against River of Blood.
Yes,
we have a match here, guys.
All of a sudden, River of Blood is unfortunately standing in their own blood, as they will lose this first one
That
around.
was not as good. That was not as good. No.
Wait,
It was a good try.
Redo.
Okay.
Well, it looks like Captain Blood is going to have to rethink No,
No, you're done.
No,
All right.
it's
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We come back.
I'm muted.
We'll go a little bit more into that map itself as we prepare for battle number 2, Refuse to Die versus River of Blood. This is World of Tanks. Don't go in. Himmelsdorf, German for Sky Village. And you can see a great view of the village from that sky point where the castle is. And it looks like a couple of people from Refuse to Die are going to be taking that position. Rootkill, what do we got so far?
Yep, so River of Blood is going to be heading off to the west. This is a pretty common position, especially from the north. There's some really good positions, I'd say, the north side has for playing in the west as opposed to the south. And hopefully I can show you an example if it comes to that. But right now I'm seeing a 2-line push. They're going to push all the way down, go into their enemy's cap. And at the same time, you're probably going to see Refuse to Die. They are heading towards the east, so what's going to happen is I predict a fight around the red base in the south here.
And Scringley's going to see the IS-3 for the first time. Captain Blood is going to lead the charge. And can Scringley get out in time?
No.
Oh,
no!
He misses.
Captain Blood.
Wow.
Yep. The window closed and he rushed his shot, did not get it on target when he should have, and Scringley's going to survive for a second. And I see guns coming to bear, so if Captain Blood gets a little anxious and tries to push out on Scringley, he might take a hit. There's one bounce.
Yeah, it did bounce. Well, I think he wanted to maybe draw the shot as well and not fully commit to killing a T1 because it could have been bait. So perhaps he just tried to get the shot to see what the RNG would do, and it missed. So it's not a huge blunder by Captain Blood, but as well, if you can destroy any eyes of your team, any scouts of your team, you're taking away information that can lead to their victory. So that's very crucial, even in a small tank like a T1. Captain Blood locking in that G line at this time, allowing the rest of his teammates to move to the south, positioning in that J3 area where they could either push against the flag and allowing or forcing Refuse to Die to pull back, or put in some good positions on the G line and get some crossfire going. However, Refuse to Die has that pretty much locked down at this time.
Refuse to Die, I'm really surprised they haven't actually made any movements after seeing the IS-3 being so far up on the west side. Yes, they've given up the west side, but they have to realize they do not have the initiative anymore. They have to be the ones that play it slightly more defensively, and I feel like, down goes the T1. I feel like their position right now makes it very slow for them to react. And because of that, they can be in really, really tough situations, especially defending their cap. I mean, a Bad Kittens is all the way up on this top part, and I really feel like it's going to be hard for them to defend a cap if there is some sort of screen.
Yeah, at the same time, though, their T1 is at the 0D section, and he could put some pressure again, but some shots fired. They're seeing the cap.
And this is what I'm talking about. It's going to be hard for them to defend this cap because there's going to be a nice screen behind that church all the way on the side. They are starting to mobilize, and I like the direction they're going into right now, but they're going to start encountering some IS-3s. There's the first.
And that G-line coverage, they're going to try to cut back and forth and trying to get that crossfire. Anubis going to cross across. Doc Golem gets a shot against Anubis, and now it's going to be another shot in the eyes from Captain Blood. He's going to get some more. He's going to say AMX 5100. Justin Ward is going to chase against Doc Golem.
3. Oh.
I love these positions so far.
3. Here we go. 2 tanks still left. 12 seconds left to go. They need to keep getting those shots against them, but Captain Blood is able to stop in the IS-3. T-69 moving around the corner gets the hits against Savage. AMX 5100s are right behind the IS-3. More hits going down, taking down Savage and IS-3 from a bag of kittens. Captain Blood taking down Valkyrie Vuis. And Anubis getting shot down by Hazard. More shots ring out between the two. Oh, crossfire. Captain Blood tries to get against the IS-3 handgun, now pulling back. Captain Blood is not taking any shots whatsoever against him. Now Canada Duck and the AMX-5100 will use the carcass of the dead IS-3 to stay behind and use it in a hold down position.
Really unfortunate, but it looks like Higher Gun is going to probably go down here pretty soon. As they're just reloading as we speak. Doc Golem's going to come in here
and
clean everything up. GG is not called out. Well, maybe it is.
It should be called out. It will be. Be called out.
We can't see.
I'm so used to saying GG.
I know. It is a GG. It was a good game.
All right.
But the victory does go to River of Blood.
Yeah.
Welcome back to WGLNA as we're going to get started for battle number 3 of River of Blood versus Refuse to Die, as the countdown is just completed. And the map is going to be on mines, finally, one of my favorite maps.
Most importantly, we can see a very different, diverse lineup from both teams. Let's step in really quick. T-32, 2 T-69s, AMX 1390, and a WZ-132 over on the side of Refuse to Die. River of Blood is sporting 2 T-69s, 2 WZ-132s, and an AMX 5100. Now, it's very different choosing the AMX 1390 over the WZ-132. We'll see if it's going to pay off, of course, as we head off into mines.
Top side, water side, west side. Which way are they going, Rookil?
All right, as I see Captain Blood in his 132 is going right for the hill. He had a terrible spawn for the hill, so he is not going to get there as quickly as you could get on the south, but he still is going to barely beat Valkyrie there, but he stops, hesitates, fires, and he's going to back off as his support is coming on in.
Nice shots.
Especially Island with that that auto loader. Of course, the AMX 1390 able to burst him down pretty fast there. Where's the other the WZ-132?
Yeah, we've got Savagey in his 132 is actually out in the west, along with Canaduck in the 5100. So what they're looking to do is actually not get on top of the hill. I don't think Captain Blood, Golem, or Hazard want to be on the hill. And what's going to happen is they're going to hide on the backside of this, as the rock that you see Hazard and Docker on, and from their spot in the west, they can cover them.
Okay.
It's possible, and there's some really nice cover fire that they can get. It's just that you have to have Refuse to Die push. Refuse to Die has to push for this to work. If they don't, then this plan isn't going to really do what it's built to do.
Yeah, I'm just very surprised to see that heavy tank all the way out there on the island for River of Blood. But, I mean, as you said, the type of crossfire that can even happen across the way in that little opening that is on the side of hill, that opening I'm talking about is kind of that F4, G4 side. It's very, very narrow, then pushing all the way up into the lighthouse section. Definitely could see that. Bag of Kittens himself, the T-69, has taken some hits. Captain Blood and the WZ-132 is not looking too shabby, but some hits landed against him, 834 out of 1050. Valkyrie, Viewus, Island, Quasiar, and Bag of Kittens now pushing the advance. They're going to get closer and closer to the village, as the remaining light tank for the blue side, which is River Blood, is actually going to try to head out there. Oh, Captain Blood has been spotted. They get a push in. It looks like they're going to push in. T1 is not the greatest support WZ can have. They're going to get the surround. Valkyrie View is moving in from the front, gets the hits. Bag of Kittens gets a shot as well. Island with another hit, and Viewus gets the kill.
And at the same time,
that's the trigger.
Yep.
Nice pounce by them.
Anubis will be taken out here by the T-69, the 2 T-69s. He goes down pretty quickly.
Very
I
nice.
like it. And now they're able to take the hill control. This is really, really cool stuff coming out from River of Blood.
More shots fired. Both the T1 Cunninghams are down for River of Blood. Justin Ward goes down for Refuse to Die. Refuse to Die is up one tank, but that is only up a Tier 1 Cunningham against them. Moving to the north of the hill is the red team, Refuse to Die, taking the top center position, as well as moving up via the lighthouse section and now pushing a little bit closer towards the flag is that heavy tank, the AMX 5100 by Canaduck.
I am seeing something really cool begin to develop here, because River of Blood is going to be able to begin the cap, and at the same time these T-69s are going to have cover on the entire approach to defend the cap. So Refuse to Die is going to be put in just an incredibly difficult situation. Trying to do anything about what's happening to them is going to be so difficult.
Oh, but I actually like the response over here. We have a cap started from both teams, and what this cap over here from Refuse to Die is going to force some sort of reaction, because all of a sudden now it's two places that you need to cover. It's good when you're only being aggressive, having that position as you were talking about, Rootkill, but all of a sudden when you have to defend, now you're stretching yourself very, very thin.
And it's two tanks compared to one, which means that Refuse to Die, if they are not harassed whatsoever, if no hit lands on them, they will win this game. Hazard, Bag of Kittens taking some shots themselves, hits the tracks, turns the T-69 on its side. Hazard uses a repair kit to try to get out of there. Bag of Kittens continues the advancement. 8 seconds left for Refuse to Die to take this match. Could they take the lead 2-1? 4
Hazard
seconds.
2.
And it looks like
Hazard, you can do it.
Get it!
Oh!
Yes, base is captured.
Refuse to Die takes the victory, now up 2-1 against River of Blood. Wow, they completely countered what River Blood was trying to do. It was both really, really solid type plans from both teams, but Refuse to Die had the better plan. They executed it perfectly.
Yeah, that cap was perfectly timed. I didn't expect them to actually be in that position. I'm not watching them, so when that showed up, I was like, oh man, that was it. Because now Hazard had to come back, and then even better, the T-69 waiting for Hazard was the perfect delay.
Yeah.
He was exactly what was needed, and he did a very good job of tracking the T-69 on the return to cap. So it was very well played, a great return. I didn't think they could do it, but they did. So bravo.
Again, that sacrifice to guard that cap, Bag of Kittens plugging some shots into Hazard. And it was great timing again by having 2 tanks there, 2 of the T1s instead of just 1.
I really like the whole trigger mechanism, though, with Captain Blood and, of course, him going all the way over to the east side and giving his team, River of Blood, the chance to go into that center quadrant, obviously pick off, get a nice trade, and then also maintain hill control. It gives them a lot of initiative. It lets them choose really where they want the engagements. They chose to obviously go for the cap fast, and of course, this is the situation that we have.
It is a situation we have, 2-1. It is match point for Refuse to Die. Could they beat River of Blood and earn 3 match points? We'll have to see as we start the next battle. We come back after this.
I hate
Welcome
you guys.
back, WGLNA. Come on, get into the groove,
sorry.
man. It's your dance. That's how you do it.
I can't do that dance right now.
All right, we'll have a lot of people dancing at the finals in Vegas, so we'll have some great music for them, too. All right, so it's going to be battle number 4 of River of Blood versus Refuse to Die. Refuse to Die up 2-1 right now. Here we go, River Blood in blue at the top spawn point. Refuse to Die in red at the bottom. Where can they go, Rukill?
Well, generally on Ensk, we get 2 different styles. You go east or you go west. You used to be able to bring some bisons, and that was a really cool strat, but now you can't really do that because of the readjustment that each team's gotten. But actually, oh wow, we're actually going to see River of Blood is moving up the train tracks.
Whoa.
So we could see a cap fast.
Okay,
or
Canada is going to be scouted out here immediately. Bag Kitten's starting to line up the shot. Line it up.
This is that River of Blood aggression we've talked about. Canada, a lot of hits up against him. Less than 50% health, but Captain Blood, Doc Golem, Hazard, and Savage moving across those train tracks in complete cover at this time. 2 of the T1 Cunninghams. There are going to be some distracting shots. Maybe they're going to go down here pretty quickly. Boom. There goes one of them. Laps is down. Another one, View Us. However, those are 2 shots. The T69 and the 110 do not have, at least the T69, between it has to, the reload speed about 24 seconds. Shots fired. IS-3's moving out first. Hazard in the AMX 5100. They need to move quickly and forward to get those shots across. They're 2 bottlenecked at this time. But now Captain Blood moving across the train tracks. No shots have hit him yet, but Dot Golem has got target fired. He is 24 hit points away from being destroyed.
Really unfortunate. Like, really, really bad RNG is coming out. Gonna have to commit a whole big shot to that IS-3 with only 24 hit points. But how it stands right now, it looks like River of Blood is in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, Savage, one more hit, he could go down. Hazard and his AMX 5100 trying to cover him and sharing the XP, or excuse me, sharing the HP, the hit points there. Captain Blood will get some crossfire, is able to land another shot against Justin Ward in the AMX 5100, at least trying to stay out of range of his sights there. But again, sharing that HP, Captain Blood could swing around. T1 Cunningham trying to get some shots against Hazard as Hazard moves away. But there's another shot from Captain Blood. Savage gets the kill against Screenly. And now Hazard's going to move around to help with the flank. Gets at IS-3. Easy to get the shot. He does. Another one hits, and he gets the kill.
Wow.
River of Blood is still alive in this fight.
More than a little bit alive. Canada swinging around. Anubis slightly exposed. No, he gets into that crevasse.
Not safe though.
No.
He is. That is it. Anubis
Canada.
is.
Oh, Hazard with the kill. Anubis goes down. Canada did die from Anubis, but the revenge kill was swift and deadly. Only one Tier 1 Cunningham left alive from Refuse to Die. That means River of Blood is in a great position to get... They need to move back and take down what is left of the capture. Nope, they're going to be fine. There's actually 3 tanks on the red base, which means River of Blood is going to be easily taking this home.
And as you can see, 12 seconds, 10 versus 50. That's
a huge gap.
Yeah.
No uh-ohs need to be involved in this. This is going to be a victory for River of Blood. So that means it's going to be tied up 2-2. We're going to move into battle number 5 for the first match of these 2 teams moving out against each other in Conference Alpha, Group A.
How bold was that?
That was bold. That's that River of Blood aggression we've been talking about.
You are down 2-1, and you're audacious enough to just push straight through the center.
Right down the middle.
Rookhill goes, you can go east or you can go west. And River Blood goes, no, you can go straight.
No, you can go straight through the middle.
You forgot the center.
I had thrown out that idea pretty much because it almost never works. Now, what those 2 T1s, I think that's what really did it. When they took the hits that T69 put out, those were 2 hits he wasn't putting into real
It's more
tanks.
than that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the reaction. When you see 2 T1s going in the center, you have to realize, okay, I know exactly what you're doing, right? Why would you put that cannon fodder in at me so fast? And there was actually a very slow reaction by Refuse to Die, in my opinion. They did not get the perfect shots to where the IS-3s...
they missed. They missed a couple shots.
Yes.
Captain Blood should have been hit 2 or 3 times.
They weren't even positioned right. They weren't even positioned right. It was just a single funnel that they were attacking from. They should have had a much better arc against...
I don't think they had time to really let that sink in, what those T1s are there, because they just like T1s. Kill the T1s. Yeah. First reaction when you see them is to blow them up because for some reason or another, they're coming down the middle of the map. I don't know.
It was like like a dam broke in a river, and it was the River of Blood, and there was blood in the streets afterwards. And that was one of the things, too, that I got very concerned about immediately was them being bottlenecked. And taking too many shots. They had to spread out the IS-3s. They had to spread out that river flow to get into the area.
Please stop.
Whoa, Ruka, you stop. Clutch, I wish I could have downplayed your pun, but it was perfect.
Thank you. All right, let's take a quick commercial break before we get too pun heavy here. It's going to be match point between these 2 teams. Refuse to Die, River of Blood. Who's going to take the match victory? We're going to find out when we come back. We had a bird's eye view of what's going on. Rookhill break down the different team positions already in the first minute of the map.
Yep. On the north side, River of Blood is heading to the east, out to the Delta Village. But in the south side, we see Refuse to Die is taking up city positions. And actually, we see really aggressive motions out of their scouts. So I'm expecting some nice T1 on T1 action before the cavalry moves in.
Cavalry moves in indeed for both the teams here. Taking the Delta Village is River of Blood. But that city type, what we saw, the city type play, what we saw in previous matches on different teams, cutting off the reinforcements that move in from the Delta Village. It's not going to be the case, though, because now River of Blood is able to spot or at least try to figure out what is happening.
Oh, no.
They're going to be slowly pushing across to the city side of the map.
Look at this, Gringley. He hasn't moved an inch. This is really unfortunate.
Oh.
So first, who was it that DC'd and now Scringley? Oh, man.
Yeah, we can't tell what the disconnects are so far, the teams or the players. That is unfortunate. But if a tank is scouted before a player can tell an admin that there was a disconnect, then we continue on with the match.
Well, I'm seeing a disconnect right here, so this is the potential for a reset of the match. So.
Well, the tanks have already been scouted, though. We're going to have to check with our admins on that, even though we're going to continue on with the match here to see type of movements if people are stopping or waiting. We have T1 Cunningham from OMGQ into position. Savage Doppler as well moving into position. 8 minutes left on the clock here. This is match point between the 2 teams. So if it's a draw, it'll be a draw match point. 1 point goes to each team. If it's a victory for one of the teams, it's going to be 3 match points.
Okay, we are getting word from admins right now. And we're finding things out as we actually speak right now.
All right, looks like they're still playing in TeamSpeak. We're still in the TeamSpeak channel, and they're still playing.
Scringley has started to move, so we're good.
All right, so the match is on. Okay, River of Blood is staying within their section, moving across to the city side. They are on the 5 line next to their map, next to their cap on the map. And 7 minutes, 14 seconds left on the clock. So still nothing's really been spotted, and nothing has really been engaged except laps being destroyed.
That was a pretty good move, actually, using your fast light tanks. They predicted that the blue team here, River of Blood, would not put anyone in the west. So when they went out there to destroy the scouts, they've pulled out, as far as I know.
Oh, here we come, Captain Blood.
Oh, shots fired against Captain Blood. 1292. Another hit against Hazard. Crossfire from these two tanks here as they're going to try. They're going to have to push forward. That's the only direction to go, as Rookhill says. Captain Blood taking another hit, but Island himself getting hit in the AMX 1390, and more shots being fired across the chasm way next to the buildings on the side. Captain Blood trying to peek through the side here in a reverse angle position. WZ-132 still spot on the map. So is Island in his AMX 1390. But now Doppler and Dot Golem pushing down to the south section, down that one line. Another shot fired again. Ooh. Savage gets hit. Less than 50% health on him.
Some really nice shots coming out of those AMX 5100s, lining it up really nicely. But in the meantime, Doc Golem is coming from behind. And remember, those are a couple of shots that they've already used. They don't want to engage against Doc Golem right now just because they don't have a full round of shots to fire against him to really DPS him down fast enough. That's why we do have a retreat, and I'm sure they will be clipping right now just so that they can get that HP advantage, fall back, and say, okay, I will engage on better terms.
So I'd give it about the 5-minute mark when we'll see the next real engagement,
yes.
and I'm expecting that Refuse to Die will come in, guns blazing, and just destroy them, knowing that they have a health advantage here.
Yes.
So
that's exactly right. They do want, to engage. Obviously, they have to be careful though. The alpha for River of Blood is much better with those IS-3s. That is something they have to keep in mind. Look at this, going over to the west side. So they're completely retreating out of the east. Really interesting play. Rookhill, talk to me about this. I mean, I like it personally because it resets the engagement so that they don't have to stay in the city, obviously, where IS-3s are having that better alpha. But what's your take on this?
Yeah, I'm liking this because what's happening is River of Blood is now assuming, I'm guessing, and I'm seeing, they're assuming that Refuse to Die is still in the city, and that they're just holding back a little ways, and they don't want to back out right now, although it does look like Doc Golem is going to reposition, and Savagey is getting prepared for a flank, so they're not completely blindsided, so they are expecting that something might be coming, and they do have OMGQ here to tripwire this. But Refuse to Die is making an interesting kind of move, and I'm not sure how it's going to pan out. I don't know if they're going fast enough. Their position is really, really conservative, I'd say.
This is almost the same position that Bear Huggers was in the match that they had against Fulcrum. But now they're going to push the Delta Village, which is going to be
talking about Turtle Police.
Or excuse me, Turtle.
I would love to see right now just a gigantic push up the 890 line. And what you're going to do, you're just going to maintain west control, really say and make a statement saying, okay, I have this west control, I can enter into the city any way I want, particularly,
there you go.
You have to defend your cap, obviously. So I know where my opponents kind of want to defend against, and then you can reset and start to enter maybe even the EF lines, or even from the south.
But Captain Blood over here and Doc Golem are inching up. They're inching up the 3-line road. They're trying to see if their enemies are still here. Of course, they're not, but they'll find that out soon enough.
Okay. And as we speak, you can see the red team over here is moving up the 0 line. They're going to swing across, and they're just looking right now. They're being very patient. This is super conservative. This is just like.
They are not sure. I think they expect that River of Blood has seen this coming. They're just assuming that. They're not taking the risk that they might be able to at this point, because there is a little bit of risk in every great maneuver that you have to make, because if your enemy predicts it, it's going to fall flat. But if you just play this conservatively all the time, well, you're never going to get those. So Right now, they're just sitting out. They're trying to maneuver, and it's very, very tedious and slow. And then, oh, we do have spots.
Okay.
Justin Ward's lit.
Hazard's lit as well, by the way. So they know they're over on the east side. You're going to see a lot of movement. A bag of kittens moving up all the way, just crossing the open field, going straight for the cap. And we're going to see
Savage
most
takes down
likely.
the T1.
Yeah, this is a very good shot right there. Savagey.
We're probably going to see some sort of screen as.
Well, they're going to
it looks like
spot. They're going to spot the northern section as OMGQ is able to spot what's happening with the AMX 1390s, WZ-132s. Not sure if he saw the 5100, but now they know their flag is going to be under attack.
They have seen Valkyrie and they have seen Island. So the 1390 and the WZ-132 have been spotted. They know there's at least 2 tanks there, and if they are good at keeping track of their cap points, they know that there are 3 people on cap right now, 3 or more.
Bag of Kittens misses against Doppler, but his teammate Anumis does not. Savagey and Hazard moving in to get some shots against the MX 5100s, but they're in a great place right now to rain fire across the chasm that is this open avenue on the map that is Runeberg. Doppler trying to get the rear flank against the AMX 1390s and WZ-132. Shots fired against Island. Island is tracked. He uses a repair kit. However, Valkyrie moves in the front to try to guard him, but he gets hit from Doppler. Bag of Kittens takes down Savagey at this time. It does reset the capture point and the shot in the tanks, but they are currently at 25%, 25 seconds left to go. Another reset gets hit, and more tanks.
Oh, Valkyrie blows the
misses.
shot.
That's a pretty big miss. He should have been able to take out Doppler in 2 shots now. It's going to be 3, but nope. Oh, down he goes. Really could have stayed alive in that last battle. But what do we have so far? 3 tier 8s against 2 tier 8s, AMX 5100 and a T69. Bag of Kittens and Scringley, the only ones left. He's going to even it up, though.
One shot left. Bag of Kittens trying to take down Hazard in his AMX 5100. If he's able to lock this down, it's going to be a miracle. Hazard trying to get the rear hit. They could be reloading. Bag of Kittens is going to get out there as fast as he can. That's going to be it, folks. All River of Blood has to do is simply camp. They have a tier 8 advantage. 25 seconds left on the clock. Hazard is so low on HP, 1 hit could take him down. Captain Blood, however, a little bit over 50%, and Doc Golem at 100%. That is way too much for Refuses to Die Bag of Kittens to take down.
Yes, sir.
It is going to be the end for Refuses to Die
well,
for this
there
match.
it is, and he will make his last-ditch effort, but of course, it's 3 seconds away. The match is going to end here, ladies and gentlemen, with
River of Blood takes it.
Yes.
3-2, as they have defeated the impressive Refuse to Die. I think they were able to prove a couple things during that match, and I actually look forward to watching them more after seeing this play. We're all here to build stories for these different teams, and yes, they haven't had as much exposure compared to others, but I think Refuse to Die told everyone in this match that they are here to fight.
I want to go into that a little bit more. Rukil, obviously I want to ask you most of all, because I felt like Refuse to Die was in a really good position for that upcoming cap. And obviously they just wanted an engagement, they got it, but they ended up just blowing their health advantage.
Yeah, they didn't engage when they were surrounded, and that was the time when they should have been engaging. They should have figured out that there were enemies going to come behind and in front, and then just jumped on one of those groups. And when they jumped on one of those groups, that was their health advantage and everything coming into play. They would have been able to destroy River of Blood if they'd done that, but instead they stayed on cap and attempted to actually cap out the map, which was not the right choice. So it really, it was, they were on the right track, they derailed themselves, and then, no.
I see. So it's just them committing either to one side or the other, but don't stay on cap, you're saying?
They should have really done that, because they had a good idea when they got that initial early damage with some really cool positioning. But then after they flipped the other side of the map, that was the time for them to bring in another attack, and they didn't attack, they simply capped, which was not what they should have done. The cap would have been great bait, just not what they should have done.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, Refuse to Die is kind of declared the dark horse of this tournament, but it is not the end of them. Of course, we're going to see them in more matches throughout the next 3 weeks, but this means that River of Blood will take 3 points for this match, and they will continue on as well, facing another opponent in their conference. The next match is going to be Scurry Hard versus Cazadores. When we come back, don't go anywhere. More World of Tanks action for the best of the best in North America will continue after this. Are you ready? Welcome to the Wargaming.net League North America World of Tanks.
Oh my God!
It is time for North America to answer the call of esports. This could be it. 5 seconds left to go. They got it at the last second. An amazing play. This is just a taste of what's to come. He's trying to turn it around. Big shots going down all over the place.
Gets the shot.